Hi, welcome to TV Arsenal. Breaking news today. Apparently, it's not Stan Kroenke who owns Arsenal Football Club. Well, maybe it is, but it's not making decisions. It's not Raul. It's not Vinay. It's not Edu. So it's not the board. So who is it then? You ask yourselves. It's not fans. Fans ain't got no shares either. Apparently, Arsenal's biggest decisions are made by white witches nowadays. As Unai Emery comes out and calls his ex-girlfriend a white witch, and she's the reason for Arsenal's poor results. So it's not the centre backs, it's not the left back, it's not the right back, it's not the holding mid, it's not the strikers, it's not the attacking midfielders, it's not the wingers. It's all the fault of Unai Emery's girlfriend, Sasha White. So she's to blame. So Arsenal fans, don't worry, because now she's gone, all our problems are over. Unai Emery, if that's a white witch, I hate to see what the other witches look like on the boomsticks, but I'll take that white witch any day. One thing that ain't white is your hair. So Unai Emery, sort your life out, mate. You're letting a good one go there. Definitely an upgrade on the one down in the bottom right. So what are you complaining about? So unless you keep up all night, Unai Emery, and you cloud your judgment, another poor decision you made, another one. Going on to other things as well. So we've had a white witch who basically got him sacked. We've had a troll, a white troll who got Wenger sacked, and so it's the world of the supernatural Arsenal. Going on to other news. Hello to everyone in the comments. Going on to other news. What else have we got here? Let's have a quick look. Hopefully you guys can see that. Basically, Arsenal players send message to the board as Ivan Gazidis surprise change for next season. So Arsenal players send message to the board as Ivan Gazidis surprise change for next season. Okay, I hope that change is coming back to Arsenal. Apparently, Arsenal players have been told at the moment they won't lose any money for the coronavirus, so they won't be forking out any of their own money like some of the other clubs have done for their players, and also players are taking it upon themselves to donate. Marcus Rashford being one of the first, so big props to Marcus Rashford for that. But it's all right for clubs to put their supporting staff on furlough. So Arsenal haven't done that. But what they're not doing at the moment, what Arsenal turn out said to their players is, if they don't qualify for the Champions League next season, they will be getting a massive pay reduction. Isn't that only fair? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, why should you be having the same money or getting more money, improved contracts for worse performances? So it doesn't make no sense to me. So Arsenal players, if the money's that important to you, make sure you get Champions League football. Other news. Our mate Ivan Gazidis apparently is eyeing AC Milan are interested in appointing Unai Emery as the AC Milan manager next season. Couldn't care less. You know what? They fit hand in glove. So marriage made in heaven. Ivan Gazidis teamed up again with Unai Emery. Let's hope he's Spanish. Let's hope his Italian is worse. He's better than his English. He probably is. Other news again. Daya Upamecano, which Arsenal fans have been talking about for the best part of this season and probably last season as well, is dreaming of a move to Manchester United. So Arsenal fans, if that's to be believed, he's Manchester United banned. So he's not going to come to Arsenal. Yeah, and let's look at that. Was he ever going to come to Arsenal? Arsenal suffered a £30 million deficit in their accounts this year for last season. So the chances are we weren't going to get him anyway. Are we going to get anybody? Probably not. I mean, that 30 million, I mean, they've got Aubameyang out for sale reportedly for 35. Stan Kroenke is losing money from all of his sports franchises at the moment because of this pandemic was going around. So really, Arsenal haven't got the money to spend. They didn't have it to spend last transfer window in the summer. They didn't have it to spend in the window, and they're not going to have it to spend this summer. So it needs to be shrewd business again, like they've done with Pepe, doing the instalments over many years with not paying for a couple of seasons, or finding gems like Martinelli and Guendouzi, if you call Guendouzi a gem. You know, I don't personally, but other people do. You know, it might be swap deals. You know, there's strong links that Lucas Torreira is going to be leaving. So Lucas Torreira is again wanted by, I think it's Inter Milan, 35 million. I mean, watch out for my next video. My Arsenal versus Wolves AFTV reaction was going to come out later today, this evening. I actually say that Lucas Torreira is not good enough to play for Arsenal. No, he wasn't good enough. He wasn't good enough for Emery. He wasn't good enough for Lundberg, and he hasn't had a run of games for Arteta. That's my thinking behind it. The odd game here and now, he runs the things. But again, does he do it over 10 games, 15 games, 7 games, 8 games? Is he a 7 out of 10 player? Not for me. That's one area which they might do a swap deal on. Another area could be Side Klasnach going. You know, we've got him for a free. Whatever we get from him is going to be a bonus. So, you know, we might sell him. You know, we might swap him with someone and get a player in. I mean, leave us your thoughts in the comments. Which Arsenal player, bearing in mind, if we've got no money, would you swap and get a new player in his place from that team? So, which Arsenal player would you swap and get a new player? I mean, for instance, would you swap an Aubameyang for a Jovic and maybe a Ceballos as well thrown in? Or is it really he's only worth 35 million? And if he's worth that low, why is he worth that low? Because basically, Ralstonelli and Vinay went back on their word. You know, they said that whoever's going to go down for the last 2 years, Arsenal are going to get rid of. Hasn't been the case. So coming into next season, he's going to be well within his last season. He's going to have no value at all. So another question for you guys, you know, to leave in the comments. If Aubameyang's only worth 35 million, every season he's been our top scorer, would you sell him and get something in and get a lesser forward? You're not going to get someone of Aubameyang's level for that money, or would you just keep him, let him go on free, and hope we get Champions League football the following year? Is 35 million, if it's going to be 35 million, is it going to be enough to replace Aubameyang's goals? You know, is Martinelli ready? Is Nketiah ready? Can Pepe chip in with some goals? Are we going to get a left winger who's going to score? Is Saka going to play at left wing? Is he going to score goals? Are we going to get Arsenal reportedly their most important position at the moment? What they want to strengthen is a box-to-box midfielder. They want an Aaron Ramsey replacement. Again, questions asked. Why sell Ramsey in the first place then? You know, these questions we need to ask. Why not offer him? Well, we didn't send him, did we? He walks away on a free. You know, why not offer him a contract? You know, that's another question. One thing we are not going to need is a centre back. You know, I don't think centre back is their main priority this year. And you can think, Sonny, have you gone mad? I actually don't. You know, we got Saliba coming back. We've got Saliba coming in. You know, shrewd bit of business by Arsenal last season. Is going to be a new signing. You know, it's not going to cost us a penny next year, well, other than whatever instalments they need to pay. So here's one. And we've also got an option on Pablo Mari. I haven't seen enough of him, really. I mean, I've been sort of taking a piss here and there out of him, but I haven't seen enough to make a judgment on him. But Mikel Arteta wanted that left-footed centre-back. We've still got David Luiz there. We've still got Callum Chambers. He's going to come back from injury. We've also got Socrates. So unless a lot of those players actually go with, and also Maverick Panos as well is another one. Rob Holding's another one. You know, how many of these centre backs will we get rid of until we get someone decent? You know, again, another question we need to ask ourselves: do we go into the new season with 2 new centre backs, or would you go with a centre back who knows the club? You know, who knows his way around the Emirates, knows every blade of grass, to help Saliba along? And what would you guys do? Another question to leave in the comments. You know, what would you do? Would you get a new centre back, or would you hope some of our old guard, the ones that let us down time and time again, will step up? Another question going into summer, bearing in mind coronavirus is not only hit Arsenal, it's also hit the world. Everything to do with the world. You know, whether you're doing a paper round, or whether you're running a blue chip company, or whether you want to pay your mortgage or your rent, whether you want to go to work if you've still got a job, or whether you've got reduced salary, it's hit all of us. So why shouldn't it hit football? It's going to hit football. And Arsenal probably the worst club it could have hit, because Arsenal didn't have much of a budget to start with. So so if their budget is lessened even more, bear in mind as well, last year we had a £30 million loss, and we went to the final of the Europa League. This year we got knocked out at around 32. So the Europa League's money's going to be even less. So we're going to have even less to spend. You know, do we give Cedric Suarez a contract on a free, and raise money for Bellerin? Ainsley Maitland-Niles? You know, that's another question. So there's a lot of questions at the moment at Arsenal, and how they're going to do things. Are we even going to have a season? We don't know that either. You know, we don't even know if there's even going to be a season. I mean, what the Premier League think are doing at the moment, if my understanding is correct, they want to restart again in June and play games every other day till the season finishes, and then have a couple of weeks off, or a month off, or whatever it is, with a very short summer window, and go into the next season. So the fans, Liverpool fans, who probably will win the league, then they're not going to be that happy celebrating the league title with a month later, 2 months later, you're going back into a new season again. So do we scrap the season altogether? I mean, that's what I'll do. You know, I think it's unplayable, personally. I mean, thoughts go out to Kenny Dalglish, the latest high-profile person involved in football, to be struck down with illness. So thoughts go out to Kenny Dalglish. Wish you a speedy recovery. So are we even going to have football? Are we going to even have a transfer window? Are we going to have any money? I think not. You know, what is Hector Bellerin worth? Would we sell Hector Bellerin? You know, he's been at Arsenal since he was a kid. Sign him on that long-term deal. But let's face it, he's not the player he used to be. He's not the player that we expected. He wasn't that young kid breaking into the first team with blistering pace. He makes Mertesacker look fast now. You know, it's like he's running in quicksand or running in sequins. I don't know which one he's running in. So that's another one. Do we give Cedric Suarez a deal? So now we've got Cedric Suarez on a free, wasn't good enough for Southampton. We've got Pablo Mari on a free. Was he any good to start with? Who knows? I'd never heard of him before. Going into the midfield, we've got Lucas Torreira potentially leaving for 35 million. He's not happy here. He never was. Hasn't learned the language, apparently. Hasn't settled in England. Face it, you know, if you had a choice where you're going to live, would you stay in Milan or would you stay in London? I'd go to Milan every day of the week. You know, maybe not now, because obviously they're more over there than now over here, but I'd rather go to Milan. And if I was Hector Bellerin, Fashion Week, where would you rather be? Capital of fashion is Milan. So it makes sense for him as well. So we could be losing Bellerin, we could be losing Bamian, we could be losing Torreira. We could only get in, you know, for argument's sake, we could only be getting 35 million for Bamian. We could get 30 million for Bellerin if we're lucky. You know, at 65. We could be getting another, who else was there? Torreira, 35 million for him. What's that? 95, 100,000, for instance. Then we've got El Neni, chuck another 10 in, 110. Then you've got Mkhitaryan, who we now have to give a contract to sell. So what if we give a contract to Mkhitaryan and he doesn't go? Another player we're stuck with. So what are we going to get for El Neni? Peanuts. You know, what do you get with peanuts? Monkeys. You know, you don't get footballers, you get monkeys with peanuts. You know, again, and then what we've got after that, Kolasinac. Is he really a left back? You know, and who do we play there? Do we play Saka there and kill his progression as a left winger, which means we're going to have to now go and sign a left back. And the position I've been told, or I've been reading, that Arsenal most want to fill is that attacking midfielder, is that box-to-box midfielder, is that Arsenal want to fill. The player they let go on a free. Now Arsenal identifying that as their most important position. So there's lots to be done. There's no money to do it with, unless we get Champions League, which is probably unlikely, right? So there's no money. There's lots to be done, and because the football season is going to be rushed through, and we don't even know when it's back, there's going to be a limited time to do it. Self-sustaining model, really. Whoever wants a self-sustaining model at Arsenal fans, go stick it up your arse. Self-sustaining model. Self-sustaining model is not working, is it now? So what we wanted was an oil-rich billionaire owner, which we haven't got. We've got a billionaire owner, but it's a self-sustaining model, and he's losing money hand over fist. Not just at Arsenal now, who have lost 30 million quid last season, which is the first time they reported a loss in 20 years. 20 years Arsenal haven't reported a loss. Now they have. You know, I've got other things planned as well. I'm going to do my reaction video on AFTV when we got the news that Wenger got sacked. You know, trust me, that is one video you do not want to miss. It is dynamite. It's absolute dynamite. Got so much hate for it. And you know what? I called out the board then. Was they going to back Emery? No, they never. Are they going to back Arteta? Arteta's already come out saying he's got 3 different scenarios. You know, mate, I've got 3 different ways to wipe my arse, but at the end of the day, still need toilet paper to wipe it with because your hands going to stink otherwise. Well, it does smell, but you still wash it. But unless you wash your bum in a bidet or in a bath, and not the most hygienic thing to do, in my opinion. So there's different ways to do everything, but what it usually takes is money. You know, if you're going to wipe your bum, you're still going to need toilet paper, so you still need to go to the supermarket to buy some. It takes money. You know, money makes the world go round. Again, you know, when football's back, our fans going to flock back to the Emirates to watch it, or are they going to be scared to go into a ground with 60,000 people? Because when they say it's safe to go out, doesn't mean it's gone, does it? Doesn't mean it's gone. It means they can handle it a bit better. Doesn't mean it's gone. It don't mean that all of a sudden it could come up. It can't come up again. So they might find a vaccine and stuff, but it hasn't. It might not go. Now you still haven't got a vaccine. We ain't even got tested kids. People in the NHS are dying. A doctor died the other day. A nurse died the other day. You know, God rest his soul. You know, you've got bus drivers driving around trying to get people to work with no protection. You know, so the world is fucked at the moment. The world is fucked. So football is not the main key thing at the moment, but the world is fucked. And Arsenal, where is leadership? There ain't none. Unai, so we come back to the first point. Unai Emery took his eye off the ball because a white witch was giving him a headache. You know, his bird was giving him a headache, so he took his eye off the ball. Really? Is that the reason you failed? Is that the reason we're in the Europa League? Or the player's not good enough and you're not good enough? Like I said before, my Arsenal Fan TV interview versus Brighton last season. Also against Aston Villa. Go and check them out on my channel. My reactions to them. My next reaction video is going to be the game against Wolves. Where because I didn't go to the United game because it's at Old Trafford. the game against Wolves, I actually said, don't bother coming next week. The season's over. Everyone should listen to me. They would say this is money. Let me take a few of your comments before I go. Let's get this all the way back to the start. Let's start with these comments from the start. By the way, I've lost my Twitter account again, so that's gone. You know, Twitter hates me. So, if you want to get me, go follow me on Facebook as Sanya Arsenal. You'll notice me. It's got my little picture on it. Sunny Arsenal, or go Sunny TV Arsenal. Either one should get me. But Sunny Arsenal should. And there's two accounts, and they're both me. She must be banging after the team as well. She was either banging after the team, or Emery was, because a lot of them weren't fit and a lot of them were tired. Look at the Illuminati saying behind the desk. Yeah, we got trolls, we got witches. We got people eating bats. What's the world coming to? Unai's gone mad. Unai Emery always was bad. The only sane one in the mad world was me, because I called him out a long time ago. Football with Brownie, go check Football with Brownie's channel out. Very good guy, lives in Spain, and he had the coronavirus. So I wish Football with Brownie well. He's made a recovery. So, thank God for that. And, here's another guy who's going to be regular on our channel. So go and check him out. Get to know him. Another channel, Arsenal Vlogs. Go check him out as well. Arsenal Vlogs come on the channel. We come on the podcast as well. Real witch like magic and stuff, or did Emery refer her as a white bitch? Yeah. It's true. It might be his English. It might be his English. Aubameyang, I think he'll go to Barca, but I heard his agent was at Chelsea training ground. Talk about that. Money talks. Steve Denham, Adrian, Steve, you're right. Why should they get top money? They're not performing like they deserve top money. What was that about Emery? Was his dick picking players or balls making tactical decisions? I don't know if his dick was picking players, but he had a load of arseholes playing. So basically, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do. How do I create that background? Green screen on the StreamYard. You've got the green screen feature in StreamYard. Go into settings, it's there, and you just download a picture from Google, and there you go. That's how you'll do it. But with me, I'm actually sitting at Hyper Stadium. I'm here. I've got my arse on the stairs, and I'm going to slide down in a minute. I'm actually here. In the next 5 minutes, I might be on the beach, but no, seriously. Yeah, but green screen is a good way to go, but you need your lighting. Up on Kanu, we have more chance of bringing over Mount Kilimanjaro. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he ain't coming to Arsenal. He ain't coming to Arsenal at all. Never was. We might sign one of his kids in a few years, and then it'll be another academy player. It'll be another person comes to a trial without we let go. Thank you, House. Xhaka or Mustafi? Okay, Xhaka. That's a good question, actually. Xhaka or Mustafi? Out of the two, who would you get rid of? I would actually go Xhaka. I think Xhaka costs us more goals than Mustafi does. Reason being, he's too bloody slow. He plays that slow. He slows down that play. He only kicks one way, and that's when he turns to the left most of the time. That takes him about 25 minutes on a good day, half an hour if it's overcast. So Xhaka for me. I don't think Mustafi's as bad as everyone says he is. He just needs someone solid next to him. Gunnar Salt in the house. Manx Sai, should see him on a podcast soon. Go follow him on his Twitter. Psycho Mank. Somali fame. Unai's comment about witches don't seem to come from a reasonable person. It's bizarre. It didn't come from a reasonable person. It came from Unai Emery. He's the last reasonable person I've had. Keep or swap with Atletico Madrid. Lacazette for party all day long. Yeah, exactly. On 999. She's selling a story. It's always bizarre. She's selling a story, but there might be some truth in it. Because the bloke's totally lost the plot anyway, didn't he? Mystery is what they're sorting. Exactly, Steve. That's why I said I'd rather let Xhaka go than Mustafi. But when you think about it, then Xhaka and Square would have gone, and Ceballos. Now we're 3 players short in midfield with hardly any money. Where are we going to get these players of good quality to come in for free? What we're going to do? We're going to go and get old men, 50-year-olds who play walking football. I might put my boots and shorts on myself. I'll qualify next year. I might go and play a bit of walking football. Arsenal play so slow anyway. It's like walking football anyway. It's so slow. OSK said they can't exploit the transfer market in this situation, and no one is disgusted by that comment. Which transfer window do we ever go into with any optimism? Seriously though, the only transfer I think we really felt really happy about was Ozil, because he was a big name, and Sanchez. I think the Pepe one was just frustration, because really, who's Pepe? Who is he really? Is he a one-season wonder? Probably not. But did we know that much about him? Do we really care that much enough about French football? Alexandre Lacazette scored 40 goals in France. He didn't do any. He hasn't done when he comes to Arsenal. Must have scored 15, 16 goals. If that. So Gervinho, another player in France. Geezer looked like Ronaldo. Come to England, he just looked like someone with a high hairline and with a headband. We have 7 centre backs. We have to ship some out before any more come in. How many defenders we have? Yet none are good. Exactly. I mean, how many centre backs have we actually got? Let's count them. Luis, Socrates, Holding Chambers, that's 4. Mavropanos, that's 5. Mavropanos, 5. Saliba, that's 6. Who's the others? Who have I missed? Holding Chambers, Socrates and Luis, Saliba, Mavropanos. I think we got 6, unless I can't think of any. You remember everyone said let's wait till Holding Chambers and Tierney can't come in. They came in. They came out again. We need more than one midfielder. We need 6. We actually need 6 midfielders, not 1. We need 6. Because let's face it, Ozil's not good enough. That's another one. He's not good enough. Willock's not good enough. That's another one. Guendouzi's not good enough. That's another one. Who in our midfield is actually good enough? They're good enough for where they are in the table now, 9th. They're good enough for 9th. But if those players take Ozil out of it because he's a big name. If any one of those other midfielders were in any other team in the league, if they was at West Ham, if they was at any other mid-table team, no one bat an eyelid. But because they're at Arsenal, we expect them to be decent. The thing is, they're not decent. They're not. No, Adrian, mate, you're right. One thing you get in the summer is basically when you bring a load of rubbish in, you get stink. In the summer with the warm weather, a load of rubbish, it smells. It smells there at the moment, not because the Emirates was built on Ashburton Grove, which was a rubbish site in the first place. When they had that idea, and the late Danny Fisman and Ken Fryer and Arsene Wenger putting all that work to build on a rubbish site, was part of their planning to still fill it up with rubbish. That's what it seems to me. Because they're still filling the rubbish site at Ashburton Grove with rubbish. And it ain't getting any better. It's not getting any better. You've got lights of Man United being linked with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho. They've brought in the other midfielder. His name escapes me. Bruno Fernandes. Quality player. If you watched the football series last night, Babs was having a heated discussion with Lee Gunner. Two people who hate each other come face to face. Excellently put together, Terry. Terry's really good at that, putting two people who hate each other together. You definitely won't get a job on blind date, Terry, that's for sure. Babs was saying that Mesut Ozil is better than Bruno Fernandes. What are you drinking, Babs? Seriously, what are you drinking? You drinking Thai funny water? And then he went on to say, well, Bruno Fernandes is a good player because Bruno Fernandes is 25 and Mesut Ozil is reaching the twilight of his career. But at the end of the day, Mesut Ozil is probably earning a hell of a lot more than Bruno Fernandes is. And Bruno Fernandes' cousin, and Bruno Fernandes' uncle, and his aunt, and his mum, and his dad. And every person Bruno Fernandes knows, if you add all their salaries together in Spain, he probably earns more than all of them. So it's time for him to go as well. Go to the MLS, whatever, appreciate you. Go to Turkey. Go to Turkey, seriously. Go to be treated like a king. So he's got to go as well. The Aaron Ramsey replacement, who's that going to be? Is Aaron Ramsey going to be the Aaron Ramsey replacement? He is available. How would you guys feel about that? Aaron Ramsey coming back? Everyone's shouting their screams. No, you can't bring back Aaron Ramsey. Hang on a minute. It's the same people saying they're bringing back Santi Cazorla. Bring back Santi Cazorla is the same as bring back Aaron Ramsey. Santi Cazorla was finished at Arsenal because he had injuries and he left. Probably the best midfielder we've had at Arsenal since Patrick Vieira. And also Fabregas was as well. Vieira, Fabregas, and Cazorla, I put them all on the same level. Nobody else gets a look in. Nobody else comes even close. So Premier League now, it's probably too fast for Cazorla now anyway. Tini was the transfer I wanted and was buzzing about as much as I wanted Pepe to succeed. It wasn't a signing I wanted. We had more important positions that needed filling with quality first. We did, but also as well, don't forget, we were all crying out for a winger though. But have we got a winger? Is Pepe a winger? He ain't really a winger, is he? He's more of an inverted forward. Because what he does, he drifts inside. He's another player what comes inside. He comes inside so many times, he should get Durex sponsoring him. Because he's going to end up lot babies. So we need a winger who's going to go on the outside, open a pitch up, or at least have that fullback guessing. Are you always going to come inside, or will you go inside and outside, like a Zaha does, like a Ryan Fraser does? That Ryan Fraser that everyone wanted last season. I didn't want him, personally. I didn't want him. I'll take him for free now, though. I will take him on free. A good squad player. Can't be any worse than an Iwobi. Can't be any worse than Mkhitaryan. Can't be any worse than can't be any worse than Pepe. Can it? Premier League proven, and he's free. Salary won't be that much. It sounds like a good deal. That's why I'm free transfer. I would put him. If he then says I want 170 grand a week, I'd say piss off. Which is the same as what they should have done to Cy Klasnach when he was come to Arsenal. You might have been in the German Bundesliga team of the year, but what does that tell you? Don't tell you nothing. Anthony Martial, I was hearing the other day from a gal that he's got a clause in his contract that if he wins the Ballon d'Or, it doesn't mean he's going to win it. Or he was in another team of the year. The gal was saying, "Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing, does it?" Mustafi's a World Cup winner. What's that mean? Nothing. No, we all know he can't play. We all know Klasnach can't play in a back four. And that's the way Arteta wants to play him. So where's that little Klasnach? Nowhere. Where's his mate Knowles left? Nowhere. Was he ever good enough? No, he wasn't. Why is Joe Willock all of a sudden Arsenal's number 10? Is Arsenal's number 10, really? He's more of an answer to 10 Downing Street than Arsenal's number 10. Terry loves the shit stir. He sets up his guests to kick off. He gets more clicks and views. He does, and he's doing a brilliant job at it. And there's no one better at it. You could put Terry, in a hairdresser's with a load of old women, and he'll out argue them all day long. Because he'll get everyone at each other's throats, and he'll actually sit back and have a little chuckle. One of these days I'm going to roll him over and tickle him on his belly. He's very good at it. I wish I was, but I ain't. I'm too honest for my own good. People don't like honesty. Sometimes I come across it seems aggressive. Even now I'm speaking, it seems aggressive. The same people who are saying that my fan channels at the time for ASTV were fake. I was clout chasing. Well, how was I doing that? Because the same way I speak now, the same way I speak to my friends, the same way I speak to girls, probably why they don't want nothing to do with me, is the same aggressive, angry manner. So it's the way I speak. Majority of Arsenal fans are deluded. Majority of Arsenal fans are deluded. A million percent deluded. 100% are deluded. 99% deluded. Or they're the new age fans and they're fanboys. But either way, it's a bad mix. Who in their right mind can actually go and put an argument up for Ozil? And one of the arguments being he was world class at Real Madrid. I mean, if you're world class, you should be exceptional in a shit team. You should stand out. You should really, really stand out. If you're that good, you're in a shit team or an average team, you should stand out. If you're an average player and you're in a great team, it'll make you look really good. And that's what Ozil was. He was an average player in a great team. And that's what made him look really good. He's come to Arsenal and, he'll pull out a performance every now and again. But the only performance he actually pulls out is when the rest of the team are playing well. So he's just one component in the wheel. But you don't pay one component all that money and you can't afford the rest of the engine. Don't make sense, does it? Don't make sense at all. Kola couldn't play in a back 10. Did I say back 10? Yeah, Kola couldn't play in back 10. Klasnach putting even weight in the back of the queue in Sainsbury's now. He'll get that wrong. He'll get his trolley and try and go to the front, or he'll go down. Even when he's driving, he don't stay where he's supposed to. He probably goes left into the cycle lane, into the hard shoulder. No, he's not a defender. He's not a defender. All these players at Arsenal shouldn't even be footballers, in my opinion. Shouldn't be footballers. The worst crop of players we've had since the 80s, I'll go as far as to say. Worst crop of players we've had since the 80s. And we had some really shit players in the 80s. What's another I've got to say? It's like Ramsey at Juve, shit player, and a good team. Exactly. That's what happens. But fantastic point. Summed my point up brilliantly. It's like, Aaron Ramsey could play at Arsenal, apparently. That's what everyone's telling me. He was only good for one season. He's got 2 goals in cup finals, but the other 9 years it was shit, in my opinion. Stick him in Juventus. What's he done? Nothing. Hasn't stood out at all. Probably stands out because when he goes to the Italian restaurant with his teammates, he probably orders a burger. That's probably what he stands out for. Other than that, nothing. Right, what's coming up on the channel? I believe we've got a show tomorrow. We've got a show tomorrow. We've also got. I've got an Arsenal Fan TV reaction to do, which is going to come out tonight. Probably come out about 7 o'clock-ish. And that's when we play Wolves. And what we were still in is deluded state. And if you check him out today, he's laughing his head off that Unai Emery is blaming his girlfriend for being a white witch for the performances. How about the other witches who wanted him to stay? They were witches. They weren't the white witches. They weren't good witches. They were bad witches. Who wanted Emery to stay because they're always getting with badness for the club. So all you bad witches, get on your broomsticks and fly away. We don't want your Arsenal. If we got fans who said it as it is, and I don't mean it's time to go. I don't mean him saying it as it is. He don't know what it is. He won't know what it is if you fell in his lap. I don't mean him. People who say as it is, not for clout, not for what's name, not for subs, not for views, but not because you got a punchline. Because you want to say as it is because you're an Arsenal fan and you want the best for the club, not the best for you to stay relevant. And people need to do their exercises more because they won't have punchlines. They'll be having IV lines coming out their arms. Do your exercise. That's me done. So we're going to have the reaction to the FTV reaction for Wolves. We've got a show tomorrow, and I'm also going to drop the Wenger one I've done as well. I'm going to drop the Wenger one, and in the build up to him getting sacked, I stopped going after Wolves. I didn't cover every game, but then for some reason, someone bought me a ticket and they said, "Sonny, come and let's go to Bournemouth." I said, "No, I don't want to go." He said, "Let's go to Bournemouth." I said, "No, I'd rather watch Songs of Praise. Let's go to Bournemouth." In the end, he dragged me and we went and watched Arsenal versus Bournemouth. And then we'll get onto the famous corner that Pepe took. So there's that, and we'll be dropping a Wenger one. And what I'm going to also do as well, until we get football back. Unfortunately, we can't highlight the best bits from past people on podcasts for 2 reasons. One, they didn't have any, and 2, I want to highlight them. So we can, but we will be highlighting past things that we've done on this channel, and we'll see. We'll also. I will also shout out you guys, the ones who have been with me from the start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through my early comments, right? That when I couldn't even sit in front of a camera and do a live, you know, I was awful. You know, I'm not that great now, but then I was really awful, right? So we're going to go take a look at how bad I was to start with, and if there's been any improvement as well. So we'll do that as well, and I'll also be shouting out quite a few people who have contributed to the channel and who are the ones who are with me from day one. And the ones who ain't, come back. Where are you? Come back. Yeah, because let's face it, this is the only real fan channel where real fans can come on. You know, and I don't mean real fans on YouTube like Terry's getting from the football series. I mean real fans, the real fans who sit home and watch the game, the real fans who live too far from the ground, the real fans who can't get a ticket, and even the real fans who go to the games. So it's open to everyone. So this is the only real fans channel out there for Arsenal. No one else. They might call themselves real fans, but they're not. They're the real fans, but they're not the real fan channel. So anyone who wants to come on the channel, obviously I've lost my Twitter now. Either follow the kid, which is at the kid, I think, or follow Psycho Mank, or Simon Sheffield, follow him. Melvin, follow him. So everyone knows the people who are on the channel. Start following them and tell them you want to come on the channel, and I'll get you on the channel. You know, and then because obviously I say it and say it and say it, but it's really no one's coming on. But you know what? It's crime. I don't want to even say that word. I'm not going to say it. But we're at a time when there's no football. We're all positive, and it's good to see new people. It's good to see new people on the channel with new faces. So it's always good to see new faces. And anyone who wants to add any content, you know, again, reach out to us. You know, and if there's anyone decent who knows how to do Instagram decently, if you want to run the channels again, reach out to me. You know, there's opportunities on this channel in the background to do various different things, and in the forefront as well. And it's open to all of you. The best thing about it is the wages. It never goes up and it never goes down. It stays the same. It's nothing. But that's what we all get. None of us get paid. But that's me out here. Tune in later. If there's any past streams or podcasts you haven't watched, flick through the channel and go and find them and give them a watch. Support the boys who are on the other podcasts who I'm not on all the time, because at the end of the day, it's not all about my voice. And I'd rather keep my shows interacting with you lot. That's the whole reason I set it up. I'll still appear on their podcast, but I don't want to appear on all of them because at the end of the day, I'd rather interact with you lot and let them do what they want to do. I mean, to be honest with you, I do prefer speaking to random fans because you don't know what's going to pop up, you know, in the chat. Mikhail said Emery's the biggest witch. I think there's some bigger ones than that, Mikhail. JSD, hi Sonny, how's it going? Ramsey's overrated. Yeah, you know what? You know, the last podcast we've done, most overrated and underrated Arsenal players. Aaron Ramsey has to feature very highly. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Also, another player will feature very highly. Jack Wilshere. Was Jack Wilshere overrated, or did he feel his potential at Arsenal? Let's go through some other players overrated. You know, was Thomas Rosicky overrated? You know, one thing that Arsenal fans do, you know, I don't know whether you noticed, if you're out injured, all of a sudden you become a better player at Arsenal. You could be out injured and all of a sudden everyone forgets how shit he was. You know, Hector Bellerin, everyone forgets that he can't cross the ball. Everyone forgets he's got no pace. Everyone forgets that this geezer, Hector Bellerin, does not even watch football. Can you believe that? The guy plays for Arsenal, it's his job, and he doesn't even watch football. So where is Hector Bellerin? You're in that comfort zone, Hector Bellerin, aren't you, Hector Bellerin? You're in that comfort zone, which was Arsenal Football Club. You know what? Hopefully, Mikel Arteta don't want to have that comfort zone no more. Hopefully that comfort zone is gone. And I hope you fall through the trapdoor to where all the crocodiles are underneath you to bite you on the bum. So to nick 120, 130 grand a week for being in a comfort zone, be ashamed of yourself. And it's not just him. It's not just him in his comfort zone. You know, Arsenal is a nice place to be. Lovely place to be. Is it a nice place? Nice part of London. You know, you got Highgate. You've got Bishop's Avenue. You know, you got your Whetstone. Very close to all of them. Lovely area. You know, why wouldn't you want to be at Arsenal? The fans worship you, even when you're shit. Why shouldn't you want to be at Arsenal? You know, you're picking up your wages for not performing. Why shouldn't you be at Arsenal? What if you do? The fans don't mind. The fans don't mind. They'll let you get away with murder. They'll let you get away with murder. You know, and I'm not. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I might be called miserable. I might be called grumpy. I might be called angry. I might be called whatever. I might be called toxic. But one thing, you know, I'm going to be is real to myself, regardless of whichever platform I'm on, regardless of whether I'm on my own platform, regardless of who I speak to. My opinion ain't going to change. And the only people who could change my opinion are the 11 footballers on that football field. They're the only and the subs. So, but it's 11 people on that football field at any one time are the only ones who are going to change my opinion. And also, a big part of that is the manager. And at the moment, my opinion on the manager is I'm behind him. But you know what? If you come to Arsenal to have a first job in football, nick a living like the rest of them have, and you know, not put pressure on the balls to sign some players, then you're not going to last very long either. But maybe you are, because you know Arsenal, that club, don't like sacking people. Arsenal, that fan base where people go to retire. People go to retire at Arsenal. You know, when we get all these footballers who come to the end of their career, where do they go? The cast offers at Chelsea, they go to Arsenal. The cast offers at United, they go to Arsenal. And you know, you get some fans wanting William. No, mate, not too late for him. Too late for him. You know, take your pushy air, you know, and start a Motown group, but don't be a footballer. You're past it. You're past it. Anyway, that's me gone. That's me gone. Big up yourselves. Well, that's part youth. What a good way to end the stream. If anyone doesn't know Turkish, eşek means donkey, or another word is you idiot. So part you. I hope you and your family are well, mate. And that goes to everyone else who watches the channel. Love me or hate me, I wish you all well, and all your families well as well. So all's well that ends well, hopefully, and Arsenal have a good transfer window, and we actually get some players out who can push up the league, and we'll go back to that battle for the top four. Wasn't good enough for me then. It's not good enough for me now. It's never going to be good enough for me. Challenging for the league ain't even good enough for me. Winning the league is where I'm satisfied. The bare minimum is challenging for the league. Top four is not bare minimum. Sorry, it's not. Arsenal Football Club, get your shit together. Get rid of them witches. Get rid of them witches. All right. Anyway, stay TV wherever you are. Subscribe, like, and share, and support the rest of the boys as well. Part of the team as well, because without them, to be honest with you, I'd probably check this in a long time ago. Because you know, I have my days when I'm down, and I have my days when I'm up. I have my days when I miss doing it, and I have my days when I can't bother to do it. So without people in your team pushing you along, you know, I probably wouldn't have carried on, especially with no football. So support them because they've supported me, please. All right. Anyway, take care. Like, subscribe, share wherever you are. Check out my video tonight when it drops, and drop a load of comments in as well, because let's keep this dialogue going. Take care, everyone. We're out here later on.